This needs to stop. Now. This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back. And it's way down heavy on me, and it's not okay. Can you help a nigga out and just stop this? Please?
Hello everyone, and welcome to a new series called Bad Death Battle Reviews. A series in which I just take random death battle or just versus battle requests in general and explain why they are terrible in a very rapid fire way. And today we have Heracles from the Fate series versus Hulk from Marvel. Now, to start with, this is a very dumb matchup. The basis behind this matchup is they're both muscular monsters that are fueled by rage, so therefore have them fight. So basically, a mirror matchup. The only problem is that's not how Heracles' powers work. First off, the Mad Enhancement doesn't work in the same way Hulk's ever-growing power does. The Mad Enhancement is an ability unique to the Berserker class within the Fate series. What it does is it gives the user a boost in stats in exchange for their sanity. So despite the name Mad Enhancement, it doesn't mean what you think it means. It literally exchanges the user's sanity for a boost in power, and it's not even ever growing. It has its limits based on the rankings, because within the Fate series, the power system is based on ranks rather than numbers, for example, or multipliers. So, in simple terms, Heracles is not fueled by rage. Despite the name Berserker, that's not how his powers work. He is fueled by madness, as in his myth, he had madness forced upon him and murdered his own family as a result. And this is true for any servant that gave into madness when they were alive. When they become a servant, if they are summoned as a berserker, they will be granted access to the Mad Enhancement. So, this is already a failure because the basis for it doesn't even make any damn sense. And these two have nothing in common outside of that. Seriously, outside of being, quote, big angry monsters, what else can be said about this? Who the hell came up with this godforsaken idea in the first place? Oh, right. Kevin. The guy who literally said that the only good death battle matchup is one in which they have the same character, the same powers, or a combination of the two. In simple terms, a mirror matchup. The only problem is, Kevin, your matchup idea isn't even entirely consistent, because guess what? These guys don't have the same character or backstory for that matter. Not only that, but their powers don't work the same way either. Hulk has ever-growing power where he gets physically stronger and faster based on how angry he gets, whereas Heracles gets all his stats boosted by a magical skill that exchanges his sanity for power, but it's not even ever growing because it has its limits based on the different ranks. The only other argument I've ever heard from Kevin as to why this is a good idea is, well, they're both very protective of girls that are very important to them. In Heracles' case, it was Elia, and in Hulk's case, it's his girlfriend, which is, again, just a really bad reach, trying so hard to find some kind of connection between these two. Not only that, but given the fact that Hulk is one half of the one above all, the most powerful being in the Marvel Universe, this is also a spite matchup, making it even more cancerous. The only way that this could be worse is if it was also a trendy matchup. And even if you wanted to ignore God Hulk, most versions of Hulk are stronger than Heracles because of the overpowered nature of Marvel characters. Even some of the weaker versions of Hulk can go up against Thor, who is at least solar system level. So this is just absolutely asinine and makes no sense. The connections are weak, and they have nothing actual in common, and the matchup would just be a fist fight, basically. And not only that, but you would have to actually be able to prove that Heracles has the ability to overcome God Hand, which is a power that makes him more on par with Doomsday than Hulk. So even in regards to finding same powers, you fail miserably. Then again, what would I expect from Kevin, the guy who thinks that Spawn versus Ghost Rider is a good matchup, even though that's not a good matchup, but I'll save that for another day. And in regards to the guy who made this trailer, what the hell, dude? Not only is this just a waste of 9 seconds, but are you really so cheap and lazy that you had to use KineMaster? Could you really not buy or at least pirate a better editing software like Filmora or Sony Vegas? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you put this together in less than 5 minutes. Like, this is just lazy content, but whatever. Bottom line is, Hulk versus Heracles, dumb idea. If you ever see this matchup in the wild, just completely shut it down because it makes no sense. The idea behind this matchup is, they're both angry monsters, so have them fight. Like, I shouldn't be able to sum up your crappy idea in less than 5 seconds. Is it really so hard to follow the outline of what makes a good versus matchup? For Christ's sake, even Fan War is able to understand what makes a good death battle matchup. And when Fan War can understand what makes a good death battle matchup, you know you're up shit creek without a paddle. But that's just my thoughts on that. What do you think of this, and would you like me to make this into a series? If so, I'll gladly roast and explain why other death battle ideas are really terrible.